What do you say, everybody? Hello and welcome to beautiful Ozinga Field in Crestwood, Illinois. It's the Florence Yalls against the Windy City Thunderbolts, opening up a three-game series between the two rivals in different conferences of the Midwest. Florence Yalls against the Thunderbolts, both teams 23-20, as we welcome you to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN, as well as the Florence Yalls Radio Network on our YouTube audio stream. I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Rory Tettemer, excited to join you for Game 1 of the three-game series between the Windy City Thunderbolts and the Florence Yalls. First time here in Ozinga Field all season, happening at the end of June, beginning of July. I was talking with Hank Zeisler before the game. I said this is probably the latest time in my 3 years that we've actually got down to Windy City. It feels like we're always here in the beginning of the season, but no, it is end of June, beginning of July. It is hot here at Ozinga Field. Wind is blowing pretty steadily in the Windy City, so that makes a good amount of sense. I'm not going to really give you a direction. It's pointed out to center field. It's coming in. It's going left. It's all over the place. Might make for an interesting day of baseball here between these two teams. And the last time these two teams faced, Florence did win a three-game series, 2-1, in some of the craziest games of the season. A 13-12 win for Florence back on June 3rd. That was when Florence got out-hit by double, and then chaos in Kentucky, a 20-19 win that closed out that three-game series on June 4th. Tyler Schoenfeld got the win in that one, and that's pretty much all you need to know about chaos in Kentucky, the game where Florence threw three position players starting in the first inning, which was pretty amazing and just one of the most absurd games that we've seen this season. That was the series opener. We lost 12-1. It's the same pitcher on the mound, A.J. Campbell. He's been the ace for the Windy City Thunderbolts. He enters today with a 5-1 record and a 3.71 ERA, one of the most talented pitchers in the Frontier League. Florence rivals him with Nathan Lawson. Lawson 1-1 with an 8.15 ERA. As a starter this season, he's had about 3 starts, 14 and a third, 26 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned, 5 walks to 10 Ks. His problem has been the long ball. 6 home runs in those 14 and a third. His last time out against Gateway in a very hitter-friendly park did not get hit. 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks, only 1 home run, and a 10-7 win for the Yalls. He's hoping to replicate that in a ballpark, which in my experience has not been a hitter-friendly ballpark. Usually does not fly here at Ozinga Field. They used to call it just a cemetery because balls would die in the outfield. So hoping for some more of the same from Lawson to see him continue it against a talented Windy City team that does enter as one of the best offenses in the Frontier League. If you just take a look at the two teams batting-wise, Florence, obviously just world beaters, 304 team average. Windy City, a respectable 282. They've collected 34 home runs, not as many home runs as the Yalls at 58. But still a talented team that's got some of the best hitters in the league as well. You talk about guys at the top of the order like Michael Sandel, as well as Carlos Pena. Those are guys that have hit Florence the last few series. Justin Fogel is very good. Darryl Ruiz is a nice bat. They have a lot of good hitters up and down this lineup. They gave Florence some fits their last time out, and we'll see if which team owned by the same ownership comes out on top in this 3-game series. This starts off 6 games in 5 days for the Yalls. I was just doing the math on this entire, mess of a schedule that the Florence Yalls have been given. It looks like they are playing 27 games, in this stretch around the All-Star break. Only 6 of them at home. It is certainly absurd. Obviously saw the 12-game road trip, but even then, we got those 3 games last week. You go 6 more here on the road. You get 3 in Washington, and then boom, head right back out to Joliet before you get the All-Star break. And then things start coming around a little bit more normal. You go on and off 6-game homestands pretty much the rest of the season with just a few exceptions. Taking a look at the lineups for both teams. Leading things off for the away team, Florence Yalls, the second baseman, Tyler Schoenfeld. Batting second, the center fielder, Jackson Tucker. In the 3 slot, the first baseman, Captain Hank Zeisler. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, Brendan Bobo. In the 5 slot, the designated hitter, Zade Richardson. Batting at 6, the third baseman, Garrett Broussard. In the 7th slot, the left fielder, Milo Rushford. Batting 8th, the shortstop, Dylan Baker. And rounding out doing the catching, Zach Beadle. Broussard and Beadle back in Windy City where they were last year. And obviously the field manager, Toby Hall, back in the city that he owned last year. Just in a different dugout and clubhouse. Taking a look at the Windy City lineup. Michael Sando will lead things off in center field. Batting second, the right fielder, Carlos Pena. In the 3 slot, the third baseman, Jared Beebe. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Justin Fogel. In the 5 slot, the catcher, Victor Cerny. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Daryl Ruiz. In the 7th slot, the left fielder, Liam MacArthur. Batting eighth, the shortstop, James Dunlap. And rounding out the second baseman, Josue Urdaneta. A.J. Campbell on the mound for Windy City. Let's take a deep dive into Campbell. A 5-1 record with a 3.71 ERA. Campbell did win against Florence his last time out. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 4 Ks against Florence this season. That was back on June 2nd. His last time out against a familiar foe, the Washington Wild Things. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, and 7 Ks. That was a season high in strikeouts, but also a season high in walks. He has the capability to be hit around. Obviously, Washington is a talented team, not the best offense, but they hit him for 6 hits and 4 runs in 5 innings of work. So maybe Florence is able to come back around and tag A.J. Campbell a little bit here today, and then the Y'alls will hope for the opposite against Nathan Lawson. Before his last start, you were talking about Lawson, kind of just getting hit around even for some loud outs, but he changed the narrative on June 23rd against Gateway. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. That was a season high in walks. He had only had a walk in both appearances before, but given the circumstances, you're certainly going to take that over 4 1/3 with 9 hits and 7 runs and the 1 walk. As long as he keeps the ball in the ballpark, Nathan Lawson should be up for another good one here today. Florence Y'alls 23-20, the Windy City Thunderbolts 23-20. Taking a look at their standing in their respective divisions, this is a battle of the Midwest Conference. Florence in the Central Division still in 3rd place like they have been pretty much all season. 6 games behind the Wild Things, who are at 30-15. 4 games behind the Evansville Otters, who Florence has just faltered against this season. Lost their last series against the Evansville Otters, their first series loss at home, 2-1. Evansville at 27-16, and then behind everyone, 20-25, 10 games back, the Lake Erie Crushers. In the Midwest West Division, the same record as the Florence Y'alls, but the Windy City Thunderbolts are in first, 23-20, and a game and a half over the Gateway Grizzlies. Schaumburg Boomers right behind, 2.5 games back, 21-23. The Joliet Slammers making a little bit of a run here. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They're 5 games back, 18-25. And then at the bottom of the order, the team that we play to end the week, 6 games back, 18-27, the Mississippi Mud Monsters. Pretty amazing that you can have the exact same record but be in such different positions in your division. Windy City, obviously, leading their division. Florence clinging to the last playoff spot as it stands right now, competing against the likes of the Grizzlies and the Boomers, and obviously still chasing Evansville Otters, who have the #1 wildcard spot as it stands. Florence will be in their Kentucky red jerseys with blue caps and gray pants. The Windy City Thunderbolts in the all baby blue jerseys. Electric blue is what they're actually called. Very nice jersey. It's interesting to be here at Ozinga Field. As I mentioned before, both teams owned by the same ownership crew. The Y'alls were able to come out on top the last time these two teams faced. So it's always a friendly match. A good amount of the front office here. Actually, everyone in the front office here. And a good amount of some of the other staff, the coaching, some of the players. Usually a good environment. It's hot. It's hot here at Ozinga Field, and that wind is whipping in all sorts of directions. We are ready for some baseball either way. The Windy City Thunderbolts heading out to the field. Let's pause on the 50 West Brewing pregame show as we take a listen to our national anthem. Don't go anywhere. More Florence Y'alls baseball coming up. Yeah, that's a lovely, lovely rendition of our national anthem. We're ready for baseball here at Ozinga Field. The Florence Yalls against the Windy City Thunderbolts, game one of a three-game series in Crestwood, Illinois. First three due up for Florence: Tyler Schoenfeld, Jackson Tucker, and Hank Zeisler. On the bench today, Brett Blomquist, Marcus Brodell, and Kyle Harvison. Florence leaving one of the most talented bats in the Frontier League on the bench. Brett Blomquist absent in today's game, opting for Schoenfeld at second, Jackson Tucker in center, and Milo Rushford at left. Those are kind of the spots that have been up for grabs right now. And I'm liking the switch of Schoenfeld and Tucker at the top of the order because it breaks up those three lefties in a row. Schoenfeld, Zeisler, and Bobo when you had Schoenfeld at the two spot and Tucker as the leadoff. Tucker has spent the majority of the season as your leadoff hitter. Schoenfeld has come in for a good portion as well, but Schoenfeld gets the leadoff spot today, and it does break up those lefties. Four lefties for Florence against the right-handed pitcher, A.J. Campbell. Lights out on the season, 5-1 record with a 3.71 ERA. Laura Renke says, Home Team Network is only letting me listen to the Bolts announcer. I've tried both home and away, and it's still their guy. Well, let me try and figure that out. Hopefully I can figure that out for you guys. It is an interesting system here. The Windy City Thunderbolts run their own production and send that over to Home Team Network to play, but it is an entirely Windy City production with the camera angles, and even Windy City has their own graphics as well. So it's not how it's normally done across the league. And that being said, I do actually enjoy the Windy City Bolts broadcast here and all their different camera angles and how they work it. Tyler Schoenfeld will lead things off in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Straight up defense for Windy City. Schoenfeld skies that one down the left field line in foul territory. No one's able to get to it. It did bounce. Ooh, and the left fielder does take a spill. That's MacArthur right up next to the Windy City Bolts bullpen. Did get word from HTN. Yes, sorry, I told the home team to fix that. Oh, 0-2 the count to Schoenfeld in the Kentucky red jerseys, gray pants, and Florence going with the baby blue hats. Not a combination they've worn often. 257 average for Schoenfeld. 0-2 pitch. College strength 3, top of the zone. 89 miles per hour, 25.04 on the spin rate. A.J. Campbell picks up a 3-pitch strikeout of Schoenfeld. That'll bring up the righty Jackson Tucker. That one's in there for a strike. Back-to-back first pitch strikes for A.J. Campbell. Taking a look at the defense for Windy City. MacArthur in left, Sandel in center, Pena in right. In the infield, it's Beebe at third, Dunlap at short, Urdaneta at second, Ruiz at first, and Cerny behind the plate. Called time, an 0-2 count to Tucker. 79 miles per hour there, perfectly placed on the off-speed. If Windy City was having a worse season, I would say let's have the Yalls go get A.J. Campbell. But Windy City obviously in first place of the West Division. 0-2 misses outside. Really good season for Campbell. 5 wins. Will be would be tied with Evan Webster and Ross Thompson in the 6-win club if he was able to pull out one today. 1-2, hard hit down the left field line. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Picking it up before the wall is MacArthur. He actually lets it go to the wall. On the way to second is Tucker. Comes in hard, but will stop there for a 1-out double. Jackson Tucker punches one down the left field line. Hard hit off the bat, and MacArthur just wasn't able to get to that. I thought he might have had a chance. Let up a little and just played it off the wall. 90 miles per hour off the bat there for Tucker, and the captain now with a runner in scoring position and one away. Hank Zeisler, number 4 overall in the league in batting average, 364, an incredible season. Ranks 4th in hits as well with 63. Skies it out to shallow left field. MacArthur and Dunlap going at it. MacArthur with the call. Makes the grab for out number 2. And a 1 pitch out to Zeisler, 2 away for Brendan Bobo. Brendan Bobo, 43 RBIs, just 1 behind Hank Zeisler for the team lead. Bobo now officially hitting below 300 at 299. We mentioned, speaking to Brendan Bobo, he mentioned, like anyone, he knows he's going through a little bit of a rut, but he was saying, if this is my slow point of the season and I'm still, right around here, 299 and 300, I got to feel pretty good, especially because the RBI numbers are still coming through regardless if he's dropping in hits or not, sac flies, RBI ground outs, stuff like that. It's all producing and still doing a job for the team, which is always a plus sign. Look over at second at Tucker. Ground ball, right side, 3-hopper over towards the second baseman, Urdaneta. Throw on to first is in time. 4-3 on the put-away. A double for Jackson Tucker, and Florence strands them in scoring position. Windy City gets their first crack when we return to the bottom half of the first on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the first inning, always brought to you by Heritage Bank. At Heritage Bank, we believe money should work as hard as you do. Proudly local, fiercely dependable. That's the Heritage difference. Visit heritagebank.com. Stop by a branch near you today. Nate Lawson on the mound for Florence, facing off against a talented Windy City Thunderbolts offense. First 3 due up for Windy City: Michael Sandel, Carlos Pena, and Jared Beebe. All 3 of them having very good seasons. Hoping to get the HTN fix soon. Nate Lawson working from the stretch. First base side of the rubber, the base is empty. His first pitch to Sandel, grounded. 2-hopper over towards Broussard. It is old to ground. Throw on to first is in time. Garrett Broussard, welcome back to Ozinga Field, as well as Zach Beadle, the catcher today. Both of them Windy City Thunderbolts the past years or so. Kyle Harbison on the bench returning, and obviously the manager, Toby Hall. Isaac Milburn with the Windy City Thunderbolts last year. Won't see him in this series, but you will see him on the weekend series in Mississippi. Brings up the lefty Carlos Pena. One away with the bases empty. First pitch in there for a strike. Beautifully placed at 91 on the outer half. Pena this year, 3.06 average, 30 RBIs, 8 home runs. 0-1, check swing. No appeal. Saying no. I thought he did. There's a 5-3 put away of Michael Sandel. Pena, the right fielder, in the lefty batter's box. The 1-1. That one missing just a hair upstairs at 89. .282 team average for Windy City. They're continuing to pick themselves up. They were a very talented team when we saw them at Thomas More Stadium. 2-1 in there for a strike. Absolutely pounded the Y'alls in game 1 of that series, 12-1. Florence was able to gain a little bit of footing in a 13-12 win. However, it was still the offense dominating for Windy City. Doubled the Y'alls hits, and the Y'alls were still able to win. It was just a lot of walks for the Bolts. 2-2. This is downstairs, a full count. And then obviously chaos in Kentucky for June 4th. That 20-19 win for Florence. Just a remarkable game that didn't, see any good baseball. A lot of walks, position players throwing on the mound for both teams. Really was an odd game. Payoff pitch, popped up, out of play. We'll do it again. Florence was able to erase a big deficit there and work themselves back. It was a game where the position players for Florence threw better than the actual pitchers for the Y'alls in just a bizarro game, something from the Twilight Zone. Payoff pitch, called, strike 3, dots up the bottom half. First K of the day for Lawson. That'll bring up Jared Beebe. All right, so I'm being told I just have no audio. Try joining the VMix call to see if we can resolve the issue with the mic. First pitch in there for a strike. A little double trouble here trying to fix this for HTN. It's really nothing on. Now I get no sound on home broadcast. Let's just be trying things, Laura. 0-1. Misses outside. Laura, if you are still listening to the radio broadcast, I got to say, amazing job on those chocolate chip cookies today. Always a good job on the snickerdoodle and the other muffins as well. You threw in the chocolate chip that I got today. I don't know if you always throw that in or I just got a lucky bag, but pretty good as well. That one's fouled away. And then the other host parent with some cookies was Rose, and she had some M&M cookies. So we were treated on the bus ride here today. One and two the count. The base is empty. The 1-2 pitch. Just a little high, I guess. That was in there for a strike on Trackman. Beautifully placed in the upper corner from Lawson. Should be his second strikeout. Now a 2-2 count with 2 away. Bottom of 1. From the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Punches it out towards right center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Off the glove of Tucker. Now Bobo picks it up. It'll be a 2-out double for Jared Beebe on an at-bat where he was no doubt struck out. Another really good spot there from Lawson. That off-speed was just pointing outside, and Beebe able to get a punch on it. Runner in scoring position with 2 away. Swing and a miss. Fastball misses outside, 1-1. All I'm getting right now from HTN saying it's a big problem. Yeah, I would say so. 1-1, 2 away. Runner on second. Opening frame, bottom of the first. Florence against Windy City. 1-1 pitch. Misses inside at 88. Lawson from the stretch, still first base side of the rubber. No look at second, 2-1. Fouls it away, 2-2. Dave Brown chiming in, saying that the YouTube audio is good, just out of sync with streaming. That makes sense. And then the both home audio is working on HTN. Try and get this work for you, Dave, and the rest of the Florence faithful. 2-2. It's the lefty Fogel. 2-2 pitch. Slider misses out. Pretty lefty heavy lineup here for Windy City. Good amount, at least at the top of the order. Full count. Payoff pitch. Skied foul. Again, Lawson already got out of this inning. Just did not get the call from the umpire. A ball that was entirely in the zone. Ground ball, two-hopper over towards the second baseman Schoenfeld. Bobbles it, throw on to first is in time. A good recovery from Schoenfeld, and that will end the inning, stranding a runner in scoring position. Both teams get a double and can't move them. We head to the top of 2. 0-0 when we return to Ozinga Field on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Check 1-2, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Check 1-2, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Testing, testing. Sorry for those tuning in on the radio show, just trying to figure out how to get this over to HTN on this break. Check, check. Testing, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Check 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Rory Tettemer here for the Florence Y'alls baseball team. Top half of the second inning between the Y'alls and the Thunderbolts. Always brought to you by Pella Window and Door. Looking for a clear view of every call? Trust Pella Window and Door to bring you replay-worthy clarity and craftsmanship you can count on. Pella Window and Door, so good, even the ump won't miss a thing. Richardson, Broussard, and Rushford. 3-2 up for Florence against the righty A.J. Campbell. Our umpire crew today is a new one. Behind home plate, Jose Muriente. First base, Wes Dunkel. Third base, Dylan Self. That's a crew that at least we haven't seen in a while. I no doubt recognize some of the names, but Muriente seems brand new. feel like West Dunkel I would recognize. Ooh, that one runs inside, hits the shoulder of Richardson. So hit by pitch will grant him an express pass to first base, and Florence gets the leadoff runner aboard. That one misses outside. Want to know the count to Garrett Broussard. First time back here at Ozinga Field in 2026. That one's in there for a strike. Garrett Broussard, a two-year member of the Windy City Thunderbolts in 2024 and 2025. Ended up at the last season, or end of the season in 2024. That one misses outside. Very good season so far with Florence, a .319 average, 4 home runs, 28 RBIs, plus 22 walks for GB, the Yells everyday third baseman. With a runner on first and nobody out. 2-1 pitch, ground ball over towards the shortstop, should be 2. Toss the second one, relay over to first. Not in time. Garrett Broussard able to break up the double play. Ends up just a fielder's choice 6-4 on the put away. That'll bring up Milo Rushford. First time in a long time for Rushford. Did not play a game or even an at-bat in that series. Gets the start here in Game 1 at Ozinga Field. First pitch misses upstairs. Such a hot start for Rushford that even though he still is hitting very well on the season, was kind of in a similar spot with Brendan Bobo, where it just seemed like a little bit of a slump. As that one skied out well out towards right center field. Sandel all the way to the warning track to the wall, and it's off the scoreboard, bouncing off. A home run even with no single, a 2-run shot from Rushford. Florence on top of the second. Welcome back to the lineup, Milo Rushford. His second home run of the season. I didn't know if they were calling that scoreboard in play or an extension of the wall, because it is resting on top of that wall. Either way, it puts Florence on the board. 97 off the bat, 378 on the distance. How about a little finger twirl from the umpire crew maybe as well? That's also who I was watching. Brings up Dylan Baker. First pitch to him, grounds it over by the shortstop field on the backhand. Dunlap throwing to first is in time. 6-3 on the put away at Baker for out number 2. Well, I'm assuming no one was able to see that on HDM, which is unfortunate. Brings up Zach Beadle. Florence with a 2-0 lead, a 2-run shot from Milo Rushford. And what a job Toby Hall has. One on the count to Zach Beadle, his first game back at Ozinga Field. Catcher for Windy City last year. That one misses upstairs, 2-1. Beadle, 212 average last year with Windy City, a 508 OPS and 12 RBIs. Also another person that's having a great season with Florence, 262 with 8 RBIs and 9 walks. A little bit of some non-IL injuries, but still like active injuries for Zach Beadle that he had to work through without getting that spot on the IL. 3-1 misses outside. In a 5-pitch walk to Beadle to restart the offense back up to the top of the order for Schoenfeld. 2 away and a runner on first. First pitch misses upstairs. Schoenfeld went down on strikes looking his last time up. That'll trigger a meeting with the catcher, Victor Cherney. Florence on top 2-0. The 1-0 misses outside. Two 2-0 the count to the lefty, Schoenfeld. About a two-step lead for Beetle at first. Off speed, in there for a strike. 77, 26-32 on the spin rate from A.J. Campbell. Florence has tagged him for 2 runs already. The 2-1 misses outside, a 3-1 count. In the majority of his games this year, he has not allowed even 2 runs. Shutout baseball in Lake Erie. 1 run against Joliet, 1 run against Florence, 1 run against Joliet. That one's a line drive over the glove of Urdaneta and into right field for a base hit for Tyler Schoenfeld. He's in the hit column with his first of the day. Runners first and second now with 2 away for Jackson Tucker, who doubled down the left field line his last time up. Tucker laced one down the left field line and went all the way to the wall. That was the only hit for Florence in the first. Wasn't able to move him past second. But now it's his second inning in a row seeing A.J. Campbell. You got to assume Campbell also probably not going to throw him that pitch again. RBI opportunity. Florence on top 2-0. Milo Rushford with a 2-run jack. Earlier this inning, that one misses out 2-0. Seems like A.J. Campbell kind of dancing around the zone right now. Rookie out of Barton College. As a senior at Barton, he had 3 games of at least 6 innings. No one misses outside. He's got 4 games with 6 innings. And every game above 5 innings pitched. 3-0 the count. 3-0. Red light for Tucker. He's watching all the way. That fastball in at the top of the zone for strike 3 and 1. Just the 1 walk issued to Zach Beadle so far this inning. He had a hit by pitch to Richardson. 3-1. Tucker, check swing. It's in there for a strike on the off speed. 76 miles per hour there. Good spot, but on a 3-1 pitch, I'm sure Tucker wasn't looking for the off speed to hit. Full count. Runners first and second and 2 away. Runners take off. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Campbell comes all the way back. Being up, down 3-0. And strikes out Jackson Tucker to get out of the inning. Florence points 2. A 2-run jack from Milo Rushford. They carry a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the second when we return to the Frontier League Network powered by HTN. Bottom half of the second inning, Florence on top 2-0 over the Windy City Thunderbolts. Nate Lawson back out for another inning of work. It's Victor Cherney, Daryl Ruiz, and Liam Carther, 2 up for Windy City. Victor Cherney's going to get an immediate timeout to go get some pine tar on his bat. That probably should have already been done. I am being told that HTN should be up and moving around now. My father also said that he rebooted and can hear me. I'm being told that it's been fixed. Hopefully everyone can hear me on their side of HTN, and I believe it's always been good on the YouTube audio stream. Again, none of this on me. It's the disconnect here between Windy City and HTN because Windy City does operate their own broadcast. First pitch to Cherney is in there for a strike. Nate Lawson allowed a double to Jared Beebe. Actually, technically struck him out looking, just didn't get the call. It was a beautiful pitch from Lawson. Then that double extended the inning just about or more. That one skied out towards right center field. Tucker has room right in front of the warning track, makes the grab for out number 1. It's always a tough read to get here at Ozinga Field. You are not really behind the play as much as on top of the play. You're just so close and can't see the trajectory too well. But I will say, it is one of my favorite broadcast booths in the Frontier League. That one's in there for a strike. You get a nice big room to yourself. It's air conditioned. It's a really good spot. A little off-centered, but actually a better view, I would say, than the home broadcast. 0-1, fouls it back. Impossible to get a foul ball here. The entire behind home plate is covered in netting, so unless there was a hole in the net, it's the only way you would have got it. Daryl Ruiz at the plate, 0-2 on him. 297 average on the season, 7 home runs. A talented hitter. One that I know Florence had looked at prior to him signing with Windy City. But with such a surplus already at first base and designated hitter, Florence opted to not go with him. And he's been a great addition for this Windy City roster. 1-2. I mean, anytime when you got the Frontier League runner-up for MVP at first base, it's always a good option. And Zade Richardson this year, 371 hitter. I mean, just lights out ball. Even a better option. 1-2. This is outside. And again, 297's amazing. But you'll take 371 and 368. Some high averages for Zeisler and Richardson. 2-2 the count. Base is empty. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it away. Dave Brown confirming that HTN is up and all is well, listening to us now. And he did say much better. So I will make sure that's known to Terry Bonadonna after. Our friend of the Windy City booth. 2-2. Skied it up out towards shallow right field. Brendan Bobo working on it, still in the gap. Makes the grab for out number 2. Appreciate your guys' help figuring out this situation. You guys let me know was the reason I was able to start communicating with HTN to figure out what was going on. So appreciate Dave, Laura, Eric Henkel. Good communication. You guys might have been communication majors in college. Very good communication. First pitch to Liam MacArthur. This is upstairs. MacArthur, if you remember the name, that is a longtime Joliet slammer. Windy City picked him up, and Liam MacArthur actually made Joliet pay a couple series ago as a member of the Thunderbolts. Another lefty here against Nate Lawson. That one misses upstairs. 2-0. Fastball catch to the top of the zone in there for a strike. 2-1. Ground ball over towards the shortstop. Baker swallows it up. Throw over to first is in time. A nice hang on there from Hank Zeisler. And a 1-2-3 frame from Lawson. Heading to the top of the third. It's time for Tettemer Trivia when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDM. Top half of the third inning, always brought to you by the Roar Agency, located in all 50 states across the nation. Feel the Roar difference with Roar Insurance and visit us today at roarins.com. Florence on top of the Bolts, 2-0. Entering the top half of the third, Hank Zeisler, Brendan Bobo, and Zade Richardson due up for the Yalls. A.J. Campbell still out there for Windy City. Able to escape a little bit of traffic at the end of the second. Had runners first and second. And a unfavorable count to Tucker. Was able to work all the way back from 3-0 and strike out Tucker. 1-0. Top of the zone in there for a strike. Top half of the third always brings us our Tettemer Trivia. The way it works, I read a question top half of the third, give you guys the answer in the bottom half. You have the opportunity to play along. Head on over to Twitter. The question is live on rtettemer9 or Florence_Yalls. Question is live there. You can comment your guess in the comment section, and I will shout you out here on the broadcast. A 1-2 count to Zeisler. Nobody out, nobody on. Top half of the third. Yalls on top, 2-0. Campbell from the stretch, the 1-2. Fouls it away. Our question of the day. Yordan Alvarez currently owns a .600 slugging percentage on the road. Again, Yordan Alvarez currently owns a .600 slugging percentage on the road. Who was the last player to retire with a slugging percentage over .600? My hint, American League legend. 1-2 popped up out towards right field, right center field. Now moving over towards center field, it's Sandel who has the grab for out number one. Minimum 1,500 plate appearances. I can already tell this one might have a question. It's .600 slugging percentage on the road. Yordan Alvarez currently owns a .600 slugging percentage on the road. Who was the last player to retire with a slugging percentage over .600 on the road? First pitch to Bobo misses inside. 1-0 the count. Bobo ground out the second. His last time up. That one misses outside. American League legend. It could be a lot of people, but just think, legends. 2-0 misses inside. 3-0 the count. To the Y'all slugger. 3-0 pitch. Catches the bottom of the zone in there for a strike. That one misses downstairs. A 5-pitch walk to Bobo. Florence with their first base runner in the third. Zade Richardson will step up to the plate. So yeah, I mean, pretty amazing what Yordan Alvarez has done in his career thus far. No MVPs for Alvarez. He's been in a loaded American League, but if there was ever going to be a time, it would be now. Aaron Judge injured. Cal Rowley, nothing amazing right now. Bobby Witt Jr., nothing amazing. First pitch to Richardson in there for a strike. The time is now for Yordan Alvarez to win MVP. Not to mention he was also, lost it a couple of times from Shohei when he was in Los Angeles. The Angels at the time, as Richardson skies one out towards right field. Pena works back, now racing in. He calls off the second baseman and makes the grab for out number 2. Fly out to right for Richardson. First pitch to Broussard, misses downstairs. American League legends. That one's fouled away. Runner on first, 2 away. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. Yordan Alvarez, currently already a 3.6 WAR this season. Amazing. 25 homers. That leads the American League. Hitting .308 with a .424 on base. That leads the league. 1-1. Misses upstairs. .607 slugging leads the league, and a .1031 OPS also leads the American League. An amazing season so far. Broussard pops one up, shallow center field. The shortstop Dunlap and Urdaneta are going at it. Dunlap makes the grab. Florence gets a walk from Bobo, can't do anything with it. We head to the bottom of the third, up 2-0 when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTM. Bottom half of the third, it's 2-0 Florence. Nathan Lawson back out for another inning of work. 8-9 top due up for Windy City. Dunlap, Urdaneta, and Michael Sandel playing Tettemer trivia in the inning. question revolved around slugging percentage on the road. Jordan Alvarez currently owns a .600 slugging percentage on the road. Who was the last player to retire with a slugging percentage over .600 on the road in their baseball career? Minimum 1,500 plate appearances. My hint, an American League legend. For one away, we can start reading the guesses. Two outside will give you guys the answer. A 1-0 count to James Dunlap, the shortstop. 1-0, soft served over towards the second baseman. Shane Ufeld was able to catch it on a loop for out number one. Brings up Josue Urdaneta. That one's in there for a strike. American League legend. I would say that means someone, that probably played in the American League the majority of their career. I'd probably say a legend would be a Hall of Famer. But maybe it goes a little bit further than that. Someone that's an amazing player as well. A legend. Not just a Hall of Famer. I mean, one of the best to ever play. One-two. This is downstairs. 2-2 the count. With one away, I'll start reading some of the guesses. We got Miguel Cabrera from Zach Drury. David Ortiz or Manny Ramirez from Tyler Douglas. Carter Cousins said Carl Yastrzemski. Rich Tettemer said Ted Williams. Jacob Brown said Alex Rodriguez. 2-2 fouled away. Two-two. Skied it, left side of the infield. Broussard all over it in fair territory. Makes the grab for out number two. Couple of pop-ups in the infield for Nathan Lawson here in the third. Two away with the bases empty. Anything on Twitter or YouTube audio stream? Nothing on YouTube. Anything else on Twitter? Alex Rodriguez from Gabe Parsons. So two for A-Rod. One for Ted Williams, one for Manny Ramirez or David Ortiz. Miguel Cabrera as well, and Carl Yastrzemski. Tell you what, you guys are in a right place for anyone guessing Red Sox. That one misses outside. Because the answer and the American League legend that I wanted to lead you to would be perhaps the greatest hitter of all time, Ted Williams. And actually the WAR leader for Red Sox in their career. 121.7 over his 19-year career with the Red Sox. That was also cut down 3 years from military service. Amazing, amazing hitter, and finished with a slugging percentage over .634 in total, but over .600 on the road as well, which is astonishing. 1-1 to Sandel. That one's fouled away, 1-2. How about this? In 1941 and 1942, he had a 10.4 WAR in both seasons. Goes on for 3 years of military service, 43, 44, and 45. Comes back, doesn't miss a beat. Has another 10.6 WAR, the highest of his career, with 38 cranks, 156 walks, a 497 on base, 667 slugging, and 1164 OPS when he won MVP. His first MVP in his first season back from the military. Pretty amazing. And a guy that, kind of just did it his entire career up until 1960 when he was 41 and just hung it up. Never had a slow portion. Swing and a miss there for Nathan Lawson. We'll continue talking about this answer when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Lawson goes 1-2-3. The Y'all's up 2-0. Top half of the fourth inning. Florence with a 2-0 lead. A.J. Campbell back out for another inning of work. Florence will send Rushford, Baker, and Beadle. 7, 8, 9. Rushford, a 2-run jack his last time up. Almost straightaway center, just a little bit to the right off that Trinity Christian College sign. It's got the pitch clock and the miles per hour, the radar gun on it. First pitch to Rushford is in there for a strike. It looks like it sits right on top of the wall, so I didn't know if that sign was in play or not. I didn't see any motion from the umpiring crew. 0-1 downstairs, no good. We're talking about Ted Williams. That was the answer for our Tettemer trivia, and just what a amazing career he had. Ended with 521 homers, but again, missed 3 seasons, what seems like in his prime. That one's in there for a strike. 1943, 44, and 45 due to military service. That one misses downstairs. This is inside. Now, Williams lost 5 seasons overall to military service, working with the Korean War as well. I believe that would have been 1952 and 53. It's fouled away. 52, he had just 6 games played, and 53, 37. Still, I mean, hitting 400 in both those seasons, obviously in a short time. His lowest average was 254 at the age of 40, but he came back with a 316 average in his age 41 season, obviously his final season, with 29 cranks and 72 RBIs. So walk there for Rushford. Florence with the leadoff runner aboard. Brings up Dylan Baker, grounded out to short his last time up. Just a remarkable career for Ted Williams. Like I said, he's the all-time WAR leader for the Red Sox. AL legend, certainly, on misses upstairs. 2 MVPs. A lot of All-Stars. 19-time All-Star. And a 5-time Major League Player of the Year. 1-0. Off speed in there for a strike. In the Hall of Fame. Yordan Alvarez was a Rookie of the Year. Certainly not as amazing seasons as Ted Williams, but terrific in his own right as Baker skies one high and deep down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. MacArthur, warning track to the wall. Foul ball. Oh, my. Baker was already near first. It was right there. Oh, I'd love another look. I'm only going off what the umpire said. I'm pretty blocked looking down that line. That one does not go the way of the Yalls. They're playing the replay on the board. Man. Like I said, I think Baker thought he got all of it too. Well, he did get all of it. I think he thought it was fair. 1-2. Skies it down the left field line again, this time in foul territory. No one able to get to it. 1-2 the count. Danny Halpern, yes. Ted Williams hit a home run in the last at-bat of his career. Pretty amazing. It's a heck of a way to go out. And again, still like amazing on top. 316 batting average. This is awesome. 1-2, swing and a miss. Baker almost gets his 10th home run of the season. Ruled a foul ball. That's the 3rd K of the day for Campbell. Runner on first and 1 out. Zach Beadle coming up to the plate. Beadle walked his last time up. Rushford takes off. Beadle skies it high in the infield. Out towards center field, actually. The infielders with a deke. I don't think you're allowed to do that. One infielder went for the pop-up, and the other went for a ground ball up the middle. You always hear plays where, it's a throw down to second and someone imitates them actually catching the ball even though there was no throw. You're not allowed to do that. It's an illegal move. I saw it the other day. You're not able to do it in Major League Baseball. That one misses outside. So 1-0 the count to Schoenfeld. Singled his last time up. Runner on first in Rushford. Oh, misses inside. 2-0. I'll tell you what, Rushford got a heck of a jump as well. Must have been designed hit and run. Beetle just skied it high. 2-0. In there for a strike top of the zone. Just to cap off our Tettemer trivia talk, Yordan Alvarez, like I said, well on his way to an AL MVP as long as no one has an incredible second half. 25 homers already, 424 on base, 607 slugging, 1031 OPS. Incredible, leading the league. 2-1, shows bunt, puts it down the third base line. They're going to try and watch it go foul, and it will. Really good bunt there from Tyler Schoenfeld. Just could not get it to stick down that third base line. 2-2 the count. Top of the fourth, Florence on top, 2-0. Campbell, stretch, 2-2. Ground ball, two-hopper over towards the second baseman. Going to go the easy way and just toss it to second to retire Rushford over there. So fielder's choice 4-6 on the put away as Schoenfeld. Florence strands a runner on, doesn't get a hit. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Lawson back out for another inning work. Still with a 2-0 lead when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom of the fourth, Florence on top 2-0. Lawson, back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings in the second and third. Let's see if he can keep it going against the 2-3-4 of the Bolts. Pena, Beebe, and Fogel. 2 Ks on the day for Lawson. Struck out Pena his last time up. Lawson, the Western Kentucky alum. Now in his fourth start with the Yalls. It's been a solid one so far. First pitch, skies it high in the infield. Garrett Broussard with the call. Now working over towards the shortstop Baker, but Broussard able to hang on. Oh, it's a tough infield pop with the way the wind is going. Like I said, I'd love to give a correct direction. Right now it's out towards right center field. I've seen it blowing in. I've seen it blowing towards left. I've seen it blowing straight away. It's all over the place in the Windy City, and I guess that's how it should be with a name like this. Brings up Jared Beebe. That's the one blemish for Lawson. A double for him in the first. That one's in there for a strike. Actually had him struck out. It was just a missed call by the home plate umpire, Moriente. Oh and 1. Misses downstairs on the off-speed at 79. It was a hanging curveball, actually beautifully placed from Lawson on the outer half that Beebe was just able to get his bat out and punch it into right center field for a double. 1-1. Fouls it back. Now he had him struck out on an upper fastball that dotted up the right outside corner. When I say dotted up, I just mean the ball was entirely in the zone. On the upper right outside corner. Beautiful placement. Let's see what he goes to here. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Bottom of the zone on the off speed. Able to get him this time. That's the third K of the day for Nate Lawson. 2 outs in the fourth. He is rolling. Brings up Justin Fogel. A ground out to second. His last time up. First pitch to the lefty Fogel was in there for a strike at 90 miles per hour. 22.39 on the spin rate of the fastball. Gets 20 inches of horizontal break. On a fastball is pretty amazing. 0-1. Off speed downstairs. 1-1. Scoreboard reads 89 degrees here. Telling you what, it feels a lot hotter than that. If you are outside, Chicago in an extreme heat warning, as I believe everyone else is as well. 1-1 ground ball up the middle. Fielded on the backhand from Shaney. Felt the slide and couldn't hang on to it. It'll be an infield single for Justin Fogel with 2 away. I know it's 88 in Florence. What's the feels like there? He said it feels like 89. Let's see what it is in Chicago. Not giving me much of a feels like. It is just some dry heat. It's kind of just sweeping across the right side of the nation. That one's fouled away. And every now and then you feel the wind blow in, and it's just, I mean, it's like a microwave. It's like opening up the microwave door and it hits you, or the oven door. Runner on first, 2 away. Bottom of the fourth, Florence on top, 2-0. 0-1 pitch. This is outside. Off speed there at 75. Another one bounces in the dirt. Two-one. Skied it out towards left center field. It's well hit. Tucker, warning track to the wall. That's out of here. A 2-run shot for Victor Cherney ties this game up 2-2 in the bottom of the fourth. '89, lower outside half. Another one. Pretty well placed from Lawson. Just take it at the other, taking it pulled side. 102 off the bat, 441 on the distance, a no-doubter. All this with 2 outs here. That'll bring up Daryl Ruiz. Now a brand new ball game, 2-2. Ruiz a fly out to right his last time up. First pitch in there for a strike at 90 miles per hour. Even in the hit column as well. Now 3 apiece. 0-1. Fouls it away, 0-2. Florence from the offensive side has not got a hit since Tyler Shaney fell in the second. So back-to-back innings of just walks and then nothing else. Timeout there from Daryl Ruiz, 0-2 the count. 2 away and the base is empty. Now a 2-2 ball game. Loss in the stretch, 0-2 pitch. Doesn't go. 1-2 on the off-speed outside. Toby Hall going to come out and talk to Lawson with a 1-2 count. Hall returning to his home ballpark from last year. Spot where you got to assume Hall's pretty comfortable. Obviously, being the manager of the Bolts last year, but also a long Major League Baseball career that ended in Chicago with the White Sox. Like I said, he certainly admires a lot. Loves Chicago. I don't know if you guys are seeing the same camera angles that I am, but you can just tell with those trees, the wind is whipping here at Ozinga Field in all sorts of directions. A windy day, no doubt. 1-2 from Lawson. Change up. Outside, no good. That was the 7th home run allowed from Lawson as a starter. That's where his problems usually stem from, is the long ball. 2-2. This is just a hair out, now a full count. Now in total, he had a pair of appearances before that. He did not actually allow a home run in either of those. He appeared against Windy City out of the bullpen, an inning and a third, 4 hits, 3 runs, no walks, and a K. Payoff pitch, that one skied out towards right field. Bobo in the gap, he's called off by Tucker, who makes the grab to end the inning. A 2-run jack from Victor Cherney ties this game up at 2 apiece. We head to the top of the 5th, a brand new ball game when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top of the fifth, a 2-2 ball game. Jackson Tucker will lead things off. A double his first time up, struck out swinging. His last time around, still Campbell on the mound. Florence has allowed him to reach this fifth inning. Looked like they were taking it to him in the first and second, but they haven't had a hit since the second. Just a couple of walks for Campbell his last 2 innings, but he's settled into this one. It does not spell good news for Florence, the ace of the Bolts. Now working pretty comfortably into the fifth. 0-1 count to Tucker. And he's going to call time. .72 pitches for Campbell. See what he ends this inning at. 0-1, fouls it away. Let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Presented by Thornbush Whiskey, powered by iScore. Thornbush Whiskey, a new frontier in the world of whiskey. It's bold, smooth, and wildly unexpected. Come try the new official cocktail of Florence Yells at Thomas More Stadium. 0-2, misses out. So iScore, out-of-town scoreboard, an 11-3 lead for Washington over the Evansville Otters at Bosse Field. That's 2 guys ahead of us. Doesn't really matter who wins in that series as long as someone loses. 1-2. Fastball outside, no good. 2-2 the count. That's the top of the third, already 11-run lead. 2-2 ball game here in the top of the fifth. Windy City with a 2-run jack in the bottom of the fourth to tie things up. Gateway at Mississippi. The 12-game homestand for the Mud Monsters. Swinging a miss, second time putting away Jackson Tucker. 4th K on today for Campbell. Brings up the captain, Hank Zeisler. The Mud Monsters over the Grizzlies 3-1 in the top of the sixth. Good battle here. Schaumburg against Quebec. Quebec's on their west trip because I know they'll go to Schaumburg and then to Gateway for 4th of July. Top of the fifth, 4-0 lead for the Boomers. Zeisler watches the first pitch outside. Down east at New Jersey, bottom of the sixth, the 6-2 lead for the Bird Dogs over the Jackals. 1-0, misses downstairs. How about this one? Bottom of the seventh, a 2-0 lead for Ottawa. It has been 21 up, 21 down for Eric Pardino. Through 7. That's pretty amazing. We'll keep an eye on that. 3-0 misses upstairs. 4-pitch walk to Hank Zeisler. It's the 3rd consecutive inning with a walk as the damage from Florence. Let's see if they can get a hit. 4 free bases total from Campbell. That'll trigger a meeting on the mound. The pitching coach. Nobody warming up in the bullpen. Some people standing around. Trois-Rivières at Brockton. No score in the bottom of the third. New York at Sussex County, a 5-3 lead for the Boulders over the Miners, bottom of the sixth. Then Joliet at Lake Erie, 7-2 Slammers lead over the Crushers in the top of the ninth. Long meeting on the mound. We will keep this Tri-City one up to date. I mean, that is certainly something to follow. 21 up, 21 down for the Ottawa pitcher right now. A 2-0 lead in the bottom of the seventh. One away, Brendan Bobo at the plate. 2-2 ball game. Runner on first is Zeisler. That one's in there for a strike. Bobo will walk his last time up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to short otherwise. Campbell, first base side of the rubber from the stretch. 1-1. Bobo skies it into center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Station to station for Zeisler. Runners first and second and one away. First hit of the day for Brendan Bobo. He's in the hit column. Florence gets their first hit since the second. Nice piece of hitting there, too, from Bobo. Send it right back where it came from. 110 off the bat. Just a light 110. I tell you what, Brendan Bobo should be making the All-Star team. He is going to be fun to watch in the Home Run Derby as well. And if he makes the All-Star team, too, I'm sure he would be joined by the man at the plate in the Home Run Derby, Zade Richardson. Swing and a miss. Richardson, 5 home runs this season, 356 average. But a guy with affiliated experience who I know would just love to let it fly at Thomas More Stadium. Models his game after Junior Caminero, and Caminero just actually declared for the Home Run Derby. That one's fouled away. Down the first base line, Ruiz makes the grab for out number 2. We could be in for a treat for the Home Run Derby in Philadelphia. You already have Junior Caminero, who was amazing last year. It was actually my pick to win it. Finished up as the runner-up in his first season in the Home Run Derby. So he's returning for this one. It's in Philly, so you would expect at least one of Schwarber or Harper. However, I think, honestly, you should get both. Schwarber, the league leader in home runs, 30-plus already, 4 more than anyone else. And then Harper, the face of the team, won it back in D.C. in his only time in the Home Run Derby. Oh, misses inside. And then let's get even crazier. So you got Caminero, Schwarber, Harper. Let's add another guy who grew up rooting for the Phillies with some big-time pop and get his first Home Run Derby. That'll be the second-year pro, Nick Kurtz of the Sacramento Athletics, soon to be Las Vegas Athletics. Ground ball left side, that's through for a base hit. Waving around Zeisler. Throw comes to the plate, not in time. An RBI single from Garrett Broussard. Florence takes a 3-2 lead in the 5th. Hard hit ball through the left side of the infield, right at the 5-hole from Broussard. And Zeisler was motoring around third. Coming to score. 2 hits in the inning for Florence. They have runners first and second with 2 away now for Milo Rushford. 2-run jack in the second and a walk in the 4th. Some action in the Windy City pen now. It's fouled away. So we have Kurtz, Schwarber, Harper, and Caminero in my dream scenario. Let's throw in the guy that we were just talking about, perhaps the MVP of the American League right now, Yordan Alvarez. He leads the league over there. That's 5. Let's get another guy who's an all-time great but has never appeared in a home run derby. Grew up in New Jersey. Is a Phillies fan. Let's get Mike Trout in there for number 6. And that's all I really need. But if you want to throw in 2 more, go have fun. I don't care who it is, because those 6 right there put on a show in Philadelphia. 1-1. Rushford skies one out towards right field. Pena will just watch it fly. A 3-run shot from Milo Rushford. His 2nd home run of the day. Florence with 4 in the 5th. They're on top 6-2. No doubt about it, home run. 4-14 on the distance from Rushford. This guy was on the bench all series in the last series last week. What a job from Toby Hall, who's just got a lot of talent all the way around. I mean, really tough. You could throw a dart and pick your lineup and probably not have trouble. Gets him in today, and he certainly is making an impression. 3-run homer. He's got 5 RBIs. Florence now on top 6-2. How about that? Florence just with so much talent offensively. That one's roped down the left field line. I say it as a joke, but honestly, I wonder if I just put a dartboard and had Toby throw 9 darts, if he could just build the roster off of that. Pick up the day's starting lineup. Pretty amazing. one misses outside. Now that one you guys should have seen on HDN. I don't think you would have seen the first. Ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So Baker joins the hit parade. His first of the day. That's now 4 hits in the inning for Florence. They entered the inning with just 3 hits so far. Meeting on the mound. Zach Beadle, the batter. The 0-1, swinging a miss, 0-2. That one misses outside, 1-2 the count. One, two. Misses inside, 2-2 the count. Florence on top, 6-2. Looking over at the game happening in Ottawa. Now into the top of the 8th. Pardino is back out there. That one misses outside. Full count to Zach Beadle. That one did miss. That's a good call by the home plate umpire. Payoff. Runner takes off. It misses inside. Second walk of the day from Zach Beadle. Florence back in business. Runners first and second and up to the top of the order. This will be the 9th sent to the plate in the inning. And I mentioned somebody warming up in the bullpen as the manager for Windy City will walk out now. This is the first time that Campbell will not finish 5 innings this season. Florence has knocked him out 4 2/3 innings into this ball game, and he'll leave down 6-2. A Hoops Hangout pitching change when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Hooves hang out pitching change back here in the top half of the 5th inning. Florence already with 4. They have runners first and second, 2 away for the top of the order. Shaney Felt. He's the 9th sent to the plate. The new pitcher will be Zach Cameron, looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards. Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today, 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. Cameron, the right-handed pitcher, in for Campbell. Your Hooves Hangout pitching change. First pitch in there for a strike to Shaney Felt, who's 1 for 3 today with a single back in the second. Cameron enters today with a 4.13 ERA, 1-1 record, 24 innings pitched. He's picked up 17 Ks to 11 walks. 0-1 in there, outer half. 0-2 the count. Out on second, Baker. On first, Beetle. Shaney Felt with an 0-2 count on him. 2-strike approach here. Let's see what he does. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Zach Cameron comes in firing, strikes out Shaney Felt on 3 pitches. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Florence with 4 in the top. They're on top 6-2 when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Let's get to our call for the lights, brought to you by Class Jewelers. Our diamond is shining bright thanks to our friends over at Class Jewelers. Make sure to go visit them at 7365 Burns at Pike, Florence, for all your jewelry needs, or call them today at 859-525-7500. 0-1 count to Liam MacArthur. Nate Lawson back out now with a 4-run lead. One's in there for a strike. Nate Darden grabs the ball up in the bullpen. Doesn't look like he's throwing, but he does have a ball in his glove in the bullpen. 0-2 the count to the lefty MacArthur. 0-2 misses downstairs. Pardino has gone 8 innings. No hits, no walks. 24 up, 24 down. He's 3 away with 8 Ks for Ottawa. Hard hit left side, through for a base hit. Liam MacArthur, first leadoff runner aboard for Windy City today. James Dunlap will dig in. This is the 7-8-9 for Lawson. Just his second time through the order. He's been very efficient. His one blemish was a 2-run homer his last time out in the bottom of the 4th to Victor Cherney. 6-2 Y'all's lead. Both teams, Windy City already into their bullpen. Florence teetering on the idea with a couple people up and stretching. That one misses outside. They'd love for Lawson just to get through this fifth, have him qualify, and then hit the pen. Easier said than done. 1-0. Ground ball, left side, over towards the shortstop. Should be two. Toss the second one. Relay over to first. In time. The old ham and eggs tailor-made double play. 6-4-3. Baker to Shaney, Felt to Zeisler. Just what the doctor ordered. Very nice. That'll help out Lawson a lot. 2 away with the bases cleared for Hosler Danita. 250 average, 1 home run, 13 RBIs. Very good defensive second baseman. That's why Windy City likes him. For Windy City, he's kind of the guy that's like, hey, regardless of what he hits, we're going to have him in the lineup just because of his defense. 0-1, swing and a miss. Lawson with an 0-2 count. From the stretch, first base side of the rubber. Glove at the chest, 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. Only one other perfect game in Frontier League history. 1-2 misses downstairs. Matt Sergey. 2014, August 24th against Gateway at home. That is the only other perfect game. Pardino is trying to join that when we get to the top of the ninth. In Ottawa. That's not here. 2-2. Fouls it away. Well, as great as Lawson has been, it's not the perfect game. Florence enjoying a 6-2 lead, and I'm, fine with that. Can't be too greedy. You can't ask for a perfect game. 2-2. Looped out towards right center field on the run. Tucker, he dives and makes the grab. Jackson Tucker goes a long way to take a base hit away from Urdaneta. Some solid defense for Florence behind Lawson. He goes 5 and has a 6-2 lead as we head to the top of the 6th. When we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top half of the sixth inning. It's a 6-2 Y'all's lead. Jackson Tucker will lead things off for the second inning in a row. Florence sent 9 to the plate. Couldn't hit around. Sent 9 to the plate. Tucker is 1 for 3 today. A double back in the first. Still Zach Cameron on the mound for Windy City. Came on in relief of A.J. Campbell. Fired 3 straight strikes to put away Tyler Schoenfeld. First pitch to Tucker is skied high right side of the infield over towards the second and first baseman. Ruiz coming down with it. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the sixth. Tracking history on, not even in this country, in Canada. Ardino for Ottawa working with something special. 24 up, 24 down. It's the bottom of the eighth still, so Ottawa's still at the plate. Should be heading to the top of the ninth soon. Dylan Baker. Sorry, this is actually Hank Zeisler. Dylan Baker is on the board right now for some reason. It's Hank Zeisler at the plate. Zeisler 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. That came last inning where he worked that walk. 1-0. Misses upstairs. Nobody warming up for Florence. Looks like Lawson going to go back out for a sixth inning of work. A.J. Campbell's final line, 4 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 walks, and 4 Ks. That's going to be his worst start of the season. Again, 4 2/3. The only other one that he was hit for more was a similar line, but it was 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs. 2 walks and 3 Ks. I mean, certainly 4 2/3 with 7 hits and 6 runs is much worse. 2-1, fouled away down the right field line. So Florence able to get to the ace of the Windy City Thunderbolts. Gives themselves a 4-run lead. Far from over. Two. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes for the first time today, Zeisler. That is the second K for Campbell. That'll bring up Brendan Bobo. Bobo, 1 for 2, single and a score in the fifth. Walked in the third. Good day here at Ozinga Field. They run the same promotion, $2 Tuesday. Tomorrow will be a morning game. That's a 10:35 Central, 11:35 Eastern. So you guys with your morning coffee or at work can tune into a little Y'all's baseball. 2-0, missing inside. 3-0 the count. It was my first season with the Y'alls back in 2024. I'm pretty sure all 3 games in like the first series of the season we had here at Windy City were morning games. 3-0. And they do it very well. They get a lot of kids. Unfortunately, those games, they went into extras and one even into sudden death. And by that time, kids are gone. And so they were playing extra innings and sudden death. You know, 2 big-time games in front of basically no fans, which was the downfall of the morning games for that. So hopefully we just get a good morning game and, you know, ends in 9 innings still in front of some fans. Usually anyway, the splash day games will have a little trouble near the end as Richardson pokes one out towards center field. Coming in, Sandal's going to drop in front of him for a base hit. Bobo thought about going to third. He'll stop there. Station to station. Zade Richardson picks up his first hit of the day. First and second now with 2 away for Garrett Broussard, who ripped an RBI single and came home to score in the fifth. He's 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Broussard, the former Windy City Thunderbolt, knocked home the run that gave Florence the lead, and then a 3-run homer from Rushford immediately after to put the Y'alls on top 4. Eight hits now for Florence. Richardson on first, Bobo on second. Zach Cameron with a 1-0 count to Broussard. Look over at Bobo at second, the 1-0. Misses outside, 2-0. Fouls it back. That was middle. A little bit of an off speed, but Broussard saw that come through, and he was hunting that 2-0 pitch. This is middle of the rubber from the stretch from Cameron. His 2-1. Broussard pops it up, shallow center field. Sando working in on it and makes the grab in the tan leather mitt. Florence strands 2 on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 6-2 lead when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom of the 6th, it's a 6-2 Y'all's lead. Bottom of the 6th always brings us our This State in Baseball history, presented by Furniture Fair. Style, comfort, value. That's the Furniture Fair promise. Visit your local showroom or shop online at FurnitureFair.net. First pitch misses outside to Michael Sandel. Top of the order due up for Windy City. It's still Nate Lawson out there. Now third time through against this talented Windy City lineup. Florence with nobody warming up in the bullpen. Off speed in there for a strike. Game still in the bottom of the 8th in Ottawa. So not in the top of the 9th yet. Not watching history. 1-1. Sandel skies it out towards left field. In comes Rushford. Plenty of space. Splash into the black leather mitt. Out number 1. A fly out to left field. The talented Michael Sandel. Let's see. Nate Lawson right now at 77 pitches. So had a good spot in the pitch count. See if he can get through 6. Brings up the lefty Carlos Pena. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch to him. Misses outside. Again, just one other perfect game in Frontier League history. So watching that game in Ottawa, although it's not Florence, that is still some Frontier League history. A 1-0. Ground ball right side. Two-hopper over towards Schoenfeld. Will glove it and toss on to first for out number 2. 2 quick outs here. And Lawson has been phenomenal today for Florence. The two-run homer in the fourth really his only blemish, but now 5 2/3 into this, he has gone a season high in innings pitched. He's picked up 4 Ks. Right now it's a season low in hits allowed. Just 4 right now, as long as he can end this inning as well. First pitch to Beebe, fouls it away. Beebe tagged him for a double in the first. It wasn't until the fourth where Windy City would get another hit. A single from Fogle and a 2-run homer from Cherney right after. Florence scored in the top of the second with a 2-run jack. Oh, good there from Danny Halbert to let me know that Ottawa is in a rain delay. How about that? Swing and a miss. Bottom of the zone. That rain delay could go into tomorrow, and I guarantee you that the pitcher for Ottawa is going to come out there. Pardino. How about that? Just adding a little bit more excitement to it. Whew. 0-2. Misses upstairs. It's been a quick inning here. Not been able to load up this day in baseball history. Let's get to it. June 30th, this day in baseball history. After this pitch, we'll see if this ends the inning. Bases empty, 2 outs. 1-2. Misses downstairs. June 30th, Cy Young's third career no-hitter is an 8-0 Boston win over New York at 41 years and 3 months. It's the oldest pitcher to turn the no-hit trick. Nolan Ryan will beat him in 1990 at the age of 43. How about that? 1908 Cy Young spins a no-hitter at 41 years old. 2-2 from Lawson, misses downstairs. Full count, 2 away, bases empty. Bottom of the 6th, Y'all's on top 6-2. Lawson's payoff pitch, fouls it away. Let's go to another no-hitter in 1962 with the aid of 13 Ks and a Frank Howard home run. Sandy Koufax no-hits Bob Miller and the Mets 5-0 in Los Angeles. Koufax with a no-hitter of his own here in 1962. Payoff again from Lawson. Ground ball over towards Schoenfeld. Swallow it up, throw on to first is in time. And a 1-2-3 frame from Nate Lawson. His third 1-2-3 inning of the day. He's gone a season-high 6. We'll see if he stays in the ballgame in the 7th. When we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Top of the 7th, the man with 2 home runs today, Milo Rushford, digs in against the right-handed pitcher. Zach Cameron still out there for Windy City. Florence with no action in the bullpen yet. Again, it's still Nate Darden and Isaac Milburn actually up there. Milburn's not going to be throwing. He'll be a starter in Mississippi. Darden will throw a plyo ball out there. No sign of warming up, just getting loose. 2-0 the count to Rushford, who's 2 for 2 on the day with a walk. That one misses outside, 3-0. In there for a strike. Steve McGregor tuning in, said, go Florence Y'alls, keep up the hitting and runs don't stop. Then he said, Rory, let's stretch him out one more inning. He seems pitch effect EBT. Your thoughts? Hard hit up the middle, through for a base hit. 3rd hit of the day for Milo Rushford. He's getting right back on track. Entered today with a 300 average. We mentioned, maybe a little bit of a slow time for Rushford. That didn't have anything to do with him sitting those 3 games last series. Now it's just a talented roster, and Toby Hall has to sit someone. Rushford just happened to draw the short stick and comes back out here and says, hey, I got 2 home runs, 3 hits today. I don't know if you can sit me again. Now the other person that he's battling with, Brodell, hit a home run his last time up in his back-to-back multi-home run games. Oh, and the other guy he's also battling with, Brett Blomquist, probably an all-star, leads the Y'alls in on-base percentage, slugging, and OPS. 2nd in home runs. Tied with this guy at the plate, Dylan Baker. It is just a talented Florence offense. Still just 23-20 on the season. That just shows how much the pitching has not complemented them. And there have been times where the offense has stalled at a bit. One's in there for a strike, 1-2. What does pitch effect EBT stand for? One-two to Baker. This is outside. 2-2 the count. Oh, man. Danny Halbert also tuning into this one. 2-2, swing and a miss. Baker down on strikes. That's the 3rd K of the day for Cameron. 1 out here in the 7th. That is an official game in Ottawa. Technically they could call it. It's 8 innings. It'd be a no-hitter. It'd technically be an 8-inning perfect game. I hope they don't do that. I hope they try and get it out there. I don't know what the weather looks like. But it's the bottom of the 8th, and pitcher for Ottawa is going to endure a rain delay if he does come out. Try and chase down history. Only one other perfect game in Frontier League history. One to know the count to Beetle, who's drawn 2 walks today and is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. 1-0, grounder left side and foul. Let's stay with our This Day in Baseball history, June 30th, 1959. In Chicago, so here in Windy City, 2 balls are in play at the same time. On a wild pitch from pitcher Bob Anderson, Stan Musial draws a walk. As the pitch gets by catcher Sammy Taylor, Musial tries for second base, swing and a miss. Umpire Vic Delmore puts another ball in play. By mistake, Taylor promptly throws the ball into center field. Third baseman Al Dark, who chased down the original ball, throws to shortstop Ernie Banks, who tags out a confused Musial. After a 10-minute conference, the umpire agrees that Musial is out. Delmore will be fired because of the mistake. That one skied out towards center field. Sando is all over it for out number 2. How about that? That is an interesting play this date in 1959. 2 balls in play. I'm shocked they called him out. How can you call him out? I guess that was the original ball. That one's in there for a strike. Third baseman had chased the original ball Threw it to the shortstop who tagged out Musial, who was only running because he saw the ball go into center field. That's a tricky one, but yeah, I guess the original ball just hurts him. If he was tagged out with the second ball, then I would say, just let him keep running. Rushford, 3-step lead over at first. 0-1 to Schoenfeld, misses outside. Now let's go to 1970. A sellout crowd of 51,050 is on hand for the dedication of Cincinnati's Riverfront Stadium. Hank Aaron spoils the show as he hits the park's first home run. The Braves win 8-2. How about that? Runner takes off. That's a hard hit baseball into left field for a base hit from Schoenfeld. Rushford on his way to 3. The throw comes in. Tag applied. Not in time. Rushford gets under the tag, and Schoenfeld with a single. Florence in business. Runners at the corners and 2 away in the 7th. I don't think that was a hit and run, but it worked perfectly to it. Rushford, his second time with a great jump. Schoenfeld lines one into left. Gets his second hit of the day. That'll bring up Jackson Tucker, who's 1 for 4 with a double in the first inning. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Y'all's looking for insurance, up 6-2. First pitch misses outside. Schoenfeld, big lead at first. 1-0, off speed in there. 1-1 the count to the rookie Jackson Tucker. Schoenfeld, big lead, doesn't go. One's in there. Schoenfeld bouncing at first, the 1-2 pitch misses downstairs on the off speed. Two-two. Popped up, foul, and out of play. Two-two pitch, fouls it away again. We'll do our Rip That Pack in the 7th. Nobody warming up for Florence. It's going to be Lawson going back out there. This is what I like about this broadcast from Windy City. You get all these different angles, pretty zoomed in. At times, it's a blurry angle. Right now it looks pretty clear. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Tucker down on strikes for the 3rd time today. Florence strands runners at the corners. Still a 6-2 lead as we head to stretch time at Ozinga Field when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Stretch time at Ozinga Field, always brought to you by the Stretch Lab. Their team of highly trained flexologists will give you a deeper stretch than you can ever achieve on your own. Visit stretchlab.com to find a location near you. It is still Nathan Lawson on the mound going for his 7th inning of work. He has gone a season-high 6, allowing just 2 runs on 4 hits. First pitch to Fogel is fouled away 0-1. Still working his 3rd time through the order. Just to show in comparison, Florence has had 2 players already hit 5 times. That's how effective Lawson has been. He's picked up 3 1-2-3 innings. His only blemish was in the 4th, where he allowed back-to-back hits, and one of them a 2-run jack. That one's hard hit down the first base line and foul 0-2. Fogel started off that 2-hit streak in the 4th with a single and came home to score on the home run. Stephen Gregg saying insurance runs are so important. Come on, Florence Y'alls. Florence not able to get insurance last inning. Stranding runners at the corners. Here comes the 0-2. This is outside. Let's take a look, see if anyone is talking about this rain delay. Two. This is upstairs. Another news, Andrew Check hit number 100. I'm hearing from the Ottawa broadcaster Davide saying they are delayed. There was lightning for the last 20 minutes and raining now. 2-2. Fouls it away. Davide's a good guy we got to see last year. That one trip up to Ottawa. Also got to see him for the Frontier League meetings that were held in Ottawa over the offseason. 2-2 from Lawson. Swing and a miss. Got him on the off speed. Dots up the inner half. Lawson picks up his 3rd K of the day, and he's gone 6 1/3. Keeping the pitch count low as well. Lawson is now at 93 pitches, so this will be his last inning regardless. I'm not going to send him. Not going to send him into the 8th with over 100 pitches already. And I do see Nate Darden is warming up. That one's lined down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball and go all the way to the corner. Cerny on his way to second with a 1-out double. Continues to have a good day. That's a 2nd extra base hit. Really just the only one to hurt Lawson back-to-back times. So Darden warming up. Lawson operating with a runner in scoring position, up 4. Now it's Darryl Ruiz with 2 loud outs. Fly out to right and a fly out to center field. It's 12-3 Washington in the bottom of the 5th against Evansville. Florence on top 6-2. Oh, Gateway tied it up 4-4 in Mississippi, bottom of the 8th. Schaumburg has extended 7-0 over Quebec in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss there for Breeze, 0-1. Bottom of the 9th, down east with a 6-2 lead over the Jackals, but the Jackals have the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th. Runner on second, 1 away here, 0-1 the count. Pitch from Lawson. Off speed gets away from Beat all the way to the backstop. Cerny will move off to 3rd. A wild pitch there. Brockton has taken a 2-0 lead over Trois Rivières, the bottom of the 6th. Trois Rivières. Then it's a 7-4 New York lead in the 9th. But Sussex County with the bases loaded, nobody out. Sorry, that is New York with the bases loaded. So they're trying to extend in the 9th. That's Norris McClure, former Florence Y'all at the plate right now. And the Joliet Slammers won 9-2. The only game complete right now at Lake Erie over the Crushers. Oh, let's take a look. Gunnar Kynes was pitching that game. Kynes in a race with Zach Westcott. Ground ball over towards the second baseman, Schoenfeld. On the backhand, throw on to first. Scooped up by Zeisler and in time. A run will come home to score on an RBI ground out. It's now 6-3 Florence. 4-3 on the put away from Daryl Ruiz. 2 away for Liam MacArthur. Gunnar Kynes picked up 5 Ks. I think that's only going to tie or, again, take 1 over Westcott, who will pitch later this series on Wednesday or on Thursday. Because Westcott picked up 5, and he was trailing 1. So it'll put Gunnar just a little bit ahead. Nothing that Westcott won't be able to overtake. 1-0 in there for a strike. One of these guys, should just have a 10K performance and almost seal it there. One. Missing inside. 2-1. 2-1 pitch, ground ball over towards the shortstop. Dylan Baker on the forehand, throw across his body is in time. Nate Lawson completes 7 innings, a season high. Allows a run in the bottom of the 7th, but a leave with a 6-3 lead, and that's going to do it. Best outing for Lawson so far this season. Just 5 hits, 3 runs, picks up 3 Ks, and leaves with a 6-3 lead. We headed to the top of the 8th. Florence hoping for some insurance when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Top of the 8th, Florence with a 6-3 lead. It's the captain, Hank Zeisler, leading things off. Also a Hoops Hangout pitching change. Looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards. Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hoops Hangout today as Hank Zeisler sends the first pitch the other way. His first hit of the day, a single through the left side of the infield. That'll bring up Brendan Bobo, leadoff runner aboard for the Yalls. The 6-3 lead here in the 8th, looking for some insurance. Bobo 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored in the 5th. Zach Cameron goes 2 1/3 innings, picks up 4 Ks. 1 walk and 3 hits and some shutdown baseball. Good relief of A.J. Campbell. First pitch missing outside. It's Matt Bonnert, the left-handed pitcher for the Windy City Thunderbolts out of Cave Creek, Arizona. Indiana University. That's what it says on the roster sheet for Windy City. 5'8", 180 pounds. Lefty against Brendan Bobo. 2-0. In there for a strike. What an outing from Nate Lawson. He'll end with 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, no walks, and 3 Ks. His most efficient outing of the season. Season high in walks, a season low in hits and runs scored. And also season low in walks. Obviously 0. 3-1 count to the Y'all's right fielder, Brendan Bobo. 3-1 misses outside. His 3rd walk of the day. Florence first and second, nobody out. Good chance here now for Zade Richardson, the face of the Florence Y'alls. Richardson today, 1 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Singled back in the 6th. 356 average entering today, 29 RBIs. Trying to get his 30th year with a runner in scoring position. Against the lefty Bonner, look back at second. First pitch to him, off speed, misses outside. We'll do our Rip That Pack segment in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Going to be opening 2026 Donruss for the first time this season. 1-0, fouls it away. Tell you what, this is a pretty clear camera behind home plate here, or behind the pitcher's mound for Windy City. If I had a read on the catcher's signs, I'd be able to tell you before the pitch was coming in. 1-1, check swing, goes all the way around. I mean, let's take a look at how many signs he's actually flashing. He's doing it lightning fast as well. I did get to see it there. 1-2, fouls it away. Just stay on this camera angle the whole time. That said, you get a good look at Zade Richardson, the face of the Florence Y'alls. I got like 7 signs there from the catcher. 1-2. Check swing. Top of the zone. Doesn't go. Fastball upstairs. Richardson with a good layoff. 2-2. That was 93 there from Bonner. Two and two runners first and second. Nobody out. Top of the 8th. 2-2 pitch. Ooh, misses inside on a slider breaking into the legs of Richardson. Zade got to see his old friend, former Florence Y'alls front office member Nick Thurling, now here with the Windy City Thunderbolts. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, out of the glove of the catcher. Richardson will give himself up, but I think he automatically would have been out with the runner on first. They move off to second and third. So in a way, Richardson does do a job, even with the strikeout. Moves him over into scoring position. That'll bring up Garrett Broussard, 1 for 4 with that RBI single in the 5th that gave Florence the lead. He's hitting .319 now with 29 RBIs. Former Windy City Bolt with the infield in. First pitch runs inside and hits him square in the ankle. That'll load the bases. Yeah, that slider into a righty is dangerous there from Bonner because he's now thrown it inside and almost hit the batter twice. Bases loaded for Milo Rushford, who's 3 for 3 with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs and a walk. Can he add to an already stellar night for the former Royals farmhand? Broussard had a good check over at first. He's fine. Rushford, a 2-run shot in the second to put Florence on the board, and a 3-run homer in the fifth to give them some insurance. First pitch to him, a fastball middle at 91. Lefty-lefty battle. Has not seen many lefty pitchers. He's been in here in Florence for a short time, so doesn't have a big sample size against lefties. That one's in there for a strike. 0-2 the count. Rushford this season, .333 against lefties. 0-2, misses outside.
That is, in just 15 at-bats, he's got 5 hits.
4 RBIs. Entering today. Bases loaded, 1 away. 1-2 to Rushford, fouls it back. We'll do it again. It's 92 on the fastball there. Now this is a different instance for Bonner with that slider. If he's able to make it look tempting over the middle and it still has that breaking movement into the righty batter's box, then it's a good pitch to a lefty. Does he have any faith knowing that 2 times he's thrown it? He's hit one batter and almost hit the other. 1-2. Goes for the slider and breaks it away on the outer half. Beautiful pitch. 28-28 on the spin rate to sit down Rushford. Yep. Really nice. With his back against the wall, he's picked up 2 Ks. Bases loaded. 2 gone. It's Dylan Baker. Florence has had some trouble with runners in scoring positions, at least in big-time spots of late. Need to get this insurance. That one misses inside. Second and third, nobody out. Now it's been bases loaded 1 away, and now bases loaded 2 away. With a 3-run lead, that certainly is not far enough. 1-0. Ooh, that one goes all the way to the backstop. We've seen this before. Zeisler will come in, and it is a free ball from Windy City. Florence has been bailed out by the opposing team in some of these instances as well. A wild pitch there. We saw it last series against Evansville. I believe we saw it in Gateway too, and Joliet. Perfect. Florence on top 7-3. 2-0 count to Baker. Runners second and third and 2 away. 2-0 pitch. Fastball outside, no good. And by the way, that was that slider that broke too far into a righty, so he was comfortable throwing it against a lefty. But it has been severely wild against righties. 3-0 to Baker. Fastball no good upstairs. 92. That is a 4-pitch walk to reload the bases. A walk, a hit by pitch, 2 walks and a hit by pitch, plus a wild pitch this inning from Bonner. Has him back in trouble with 2 outs. Zach Beadle, the batter. Beadle looking for his first hit today. He's 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Little meeting on the mound before facing Zach Beadle. First pitch to the catcher, misses inside. You think if you're Buto, you got a stop sign here until you get a strike? I'd say so. It's been a wild inning here from Bonner. 1-0. Fires it in there. Goes back to the fastball. Had a little run on it. 21-16 on the spin rate. 1-1. Hard hit over towards the second baseman, fielded on one hop. Throw on to first is in time. And the all strand, the bases loaded. They bring home one again. Not doing so on their own, but they'll take the run. A 4th-run lead again. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 7-3 Florence when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching changed the new wing coming into the game. You can pick up the best wings in the tri-state area. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's always fresh, never frozen. Nate Darden, the All's righty reliever, is in for Nate Lawson with a 4-run lead. Facing off the bottom of the order, 8-9 top, Dunlap, Urdaneta, and Sandel. Wind up the 1-0. Sky down the right field line, shallow. Bobo is on the run, and it's a diving play from the second baseman who won't get there. Bobo fields it, throw comes into second, not in time. Leadoff double on a bloop from James Dunlap. Windy City in business. Just one where lands in no man's land, nobody able to get to it. Florence stranding a lot of runners on base. They've stranded 14 on base today with 7 of them in scoring position. Brings up Josue Urdaneta. The lefty ropes one into right center field. That's going to bring home a run. Jackson Tucker fields that in the gap. 7-4. Just a couple pitches into this one. It's already a 3-run ball game. RBI single from Urdaneta. Florence plagued by the bottom of the order here for Windy City. Picks up 2 hits and a run. Nate Darden has been really good for Florence in a short sample size, but was tagged his last time out. He's been tagged for runs his last 2 times out. 2 games with back-to-back home runs in those appearances, June 23rd and June 27th. So the long ball hurt him the last few times. This is 2 base hits. Throws a lot of strikes. Let's get to our Rip That Pack segment. We got a fun one. It is Donruss 2026. 6 packs, 15 in each pack. So we'll do one a game. This road trip. It'll keep us good. Runner takes off with the first pitch. It misses outside. Whoa. Beetle deep into center field. Nowhere near as he falls down over. Not even close. Not even close. A stolen base there for Urdaneta. He moves into scoring position. The Windy City Thunderbolts are in business. Top of the order. You've kept the top of the order quiet. Can they continue to do so? A 1-0 count to one of the talented hitters in the Frontier League, Michael Sandel. 1-0. Ground ball left side. Two-hopper over towards Broussard. He swallows it up. Throw on to first to retire the speedster. Had to be quick there from Broussard. I don't think he fielded that where he wanted to either. Kind of caught it in between his stomach. Still ends up putting him away. A nice play there from the third baseman. 5-3. First out of the inning. Runner on second. Carlos Pena will dig in. So yeah, Donruss was one of my favorites last year. Just has a lot of inserts, and although they're not partnered with Major League Baseball anymore, so they can't show the actual logos of the team, they're still very cool cards. We're starting off there with Michael Young. He's been at Tettemer Trivia. First pitch to Pena misses upstairs. Got Cal Ripken Jr. Brandon Sproat on the rated rookie. I believe he's with Milwaukee now. Was with the New York Mets. Came over in that trade this past offseason for Freddie Peralta. Got an old school one here. Madison Bumgarner. Another old school one. It's Chipper Jones on a rocket insert. Very cool card there. 1-0. Fouls it back 1-1. Chipper Jones, a rocket insert. Best third baseman. Jacob Mizorowski. What a season he has had. Was an all-star last year, no doubt one this year. 1-1 fouls away, 1-2. Just 5 appearances he was given an all-star nod last year in a controversial way. Over the guy he's currently fighting for the NL Cy Young with, Christopher Sanchez. Sanchez should be the all-star starter this year in Philly. One away runner on second. 1-2 from Darden. Skies it out towards center field. In comes Tucker. He dives and makes the grab, and the runner is off already at third. The throw comes in. End of the inning. Jackson Tucker with a diving play and doubles up Urdaneta to end the 8th. What a big-time blunder from Windy City, and Florence with a crafty play from Tucker. Take a look at this rundown again. Makes another diving grab. And some expert defense from the Yalls. We head to the top of the 9th. 7-4, Florence leads when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top of the ninth, Tyler Schoenfeld will lead things off for the Yalls, up 7-4. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Kick the 0-1. Shows bunt, pulls back and misses inside. Jackson Tucker with a great diving grab. That's his second diving play of the day. And this time was able to get a big double play to end the eighth. And what was a good opportunity for the Bolts. They get across one. It's 7-4 Yalls. 1-1. Over towards the second baseman, fielded on one hop in time. 4-3 on the putaway of Tyler Schoenfeld. It is a new pitcher on the mound for Windy City. That'll be number 32, Blake Wilsensky. Jackson Tucker at the plate, 1 for 5 today with 3 Ks. First pitch to him, in there for a strike. Just an inning for Bonner. He will give up a run on just 1 hit, 2 walks, and 2 Ks to get out of the eighth. Florence stranded, the bases loaded. Ground ball right side, 2-hopper over towards Ruiz. He'll race it over himself in a bang-bang play with Tucker. 3 unassisted on the putaway, second out of the inning. Let's continue with our Rip That Pack, so we're not doing it in the ninth. We got Peyton Tolley, the rated rookie. I got Jim Thome, obviously here in Chicago. Thome, a big player. Jimmy Crooks. And we got an optic insert of Carter Jensen on the rated rookie. He's having a heck of a season. The Jossar Gonzalez black optic rookie. Pretty cool card. Elite Series by Young Hun Kim. I don't know who that is. And then we have a Crunch Time Bryce Eldridge. Crunch Time. That is another insert there, and end it with Colt Emerson and A.J. Russell. Some all right cards. Said you're just loaded with inserts in Donruss. That one's fouled away. I like the Crunch Time. It's like a cereal box with the rookie card Bryce Eldridge on it. Nothing numbered there. In Donruss, you are guaranteed an autograph or memorabilia card. It's usually always a memorabilia card. I don't think I've ever pulled an autograph in Donruss. But either way, you get something. 0-2. This is inside. Me and Zeiss were talking before the game. Last time he was here, he was able to go to the National, which is the big card show across the United States at least. Biggest of the year. The 1-2. Ground ball over towards the shortstop. 3 hops fielded by Dunlap. Throw on to first. Bang, bang play, but in time. And a 1-2-3 frame for the Yalls. 6-3 on the putaway. Ground outs across the infield. Heading to the bottom of the ninth, Aiden McAvoy will enter for a save opportunity when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom of the ninth, a 7-4 Y'all's lead. They move it to their closer. It's Aiden McAvoy in for another save opportunity. McAvoy among the league leaders in saves this year. He's picked up 9 for the Y'alls. First pitch misses outside. Jared Beebe, Justin Fogel, Victor Cherney. 3-4-5, the heart of the Windy City order. Due up at the plate with a 3-run lead. McAvoy his last time out, certainly not his best stuff. In a game that was pretty much over, actually in Florence's last game against Evansville. An inning and 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and he picked up 4 Ks. It was kind of pitching in no man's land and just got hit around. Florence wanted to use him because they hadn't used him at all in that series. It wasn't a save situation at all. 2-0, misses outside. We've seen McAvoy in a couple appearances start off with a walk and then go simply business after that. So even if you see a walk here, it's not the end of the world. 3-0 the count. 3-0, misses outside. 4-pitch walk to open up the outing for Aiden McAvoy. 9 saves on the season for McAvoy. He enters with a 4.7 ERA. 1-2 record and 2 blown saves. Across 23 innings, he's picked up 27 Ks and 16 walks. A all-star hopeful. 9 saves would lead the league, it seems, although for some reason when I put in the league leaders, it doesn't pop up his name. I don't know if that's qualifying or not. The only reason, but 9 saves does lead the league. Ground ball, broken bat over towards Schoenfeld. His only play is going to be on to first. Throw is in time. Moves runner over to second. Would have been nice to get the double play there, but a smart idea from Schoenfeld. Fielding that on the forehand. The runner was coming across as he was. Brings up Victor Cherney. Cherney, 2 extra base hits his last 2 times up. A 2-run homer and a double. Florence with a 3-run lead. And 1 away. McAvoy from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. A Phillies fan. Ground ball, left side, over towards Baker. Swallowed up, shuffle step. 1-2-3, the throw on to first is in time. 6-3 on the put away. Now 2 outs and a runner at third. Florence trying to move to 24-20 on the season and pick up a series opening win against Windy City. Y'all's not the best team. When they are traveling in on that day, so this is a big-time win if you can get it. Obviously, a 4 to 5 hour travel on the bus before this. I believe the Y'alls are 1-5 on travel days. That one's in there for a strike. 0-1 to Daryl Ruiz. 0 for 3 day with an RBI ground out his last time up. 2 outs. Runner on third. 0-1, off speed. Woo-hoo! Catches the top of the zone, not called. 1-1 the count. Beautifully placed at the top of the zone there from McAvoy. One. Slider misses out. 2-1 the count. Trying to pitch away from the lefty in a lefty-lefty battle. From the stretch, middle of the rubber. 2-1, ground ball, right side. Zeisler will field it. He'll race it over himself. And the Y'alls pick up a 7-4 series opening win against the Windy City Thunderbolts. McAvoy, his 10th save of the season. What'd I say? Even if you get that leadoff walk, it's been several times he's gone simply business after that. Retires the next 3, and the Y'alls win 7-4. They move to 24-20. The Bolts 23-21. Florence now 3-1 against Windy City this season. And we're led by some expert pitching from Nate Lawson. Ends up with Darden and McAvoy closing out the final 2 innings, but Lawson, his best appearance of the season, gets his second win of the season. McAvoy the save, and Florence hands A.J. Campbell the loss. Not to mention the Y'alls were also led at the plate by Milo Rushford at 5 RBIs and 2 home runs. A 3-hit performance for Rushford, the Kansas City Royals farmhand, in what was a great day, perhaps his best day at the plate as a member of the Florence Y'alls. Multi-hit game for Tyler Schoenfeld, 3-walk game for Brendan Bobo, an RBI and a single from Garrett Broussard, plus 2 runs. Base hit and walk from Baker, 2 walks from Beadle. A couple guys on base a couple times today as well. Zade Richardson, a single and a hit by pitch. Really good performance for the Y'alls. Showing up strong here against a tough pitcher, too. I mean, that's the toughest you'll face for Windy City. That's their ace. Enter with a 5-0 record and a sub-4 ERA. Florence able to bounce him in his worst appearance of the season. 4 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 walks, and 4 Ks. That's a really good sign, especially, like I said, the Y'alls on a travel day where they were on a bus earlier today. Starting off a 6-game road trip the way you would want. They pick up that first win against a tough Windy City team, their first place in the West Division. 7-4 final, and we will do it all again tomorrow at a 10:35 first pitch. That is a splash day game here at Windy City. They are known for their morning games, but that will be a 10:35 start, splash day number 1 against the Y'alls. So you can watch that with your morning coffee and at work as well. It'll be an exciting one. Florence will send out their left-handed ace, Evan Webster. And the Windy City Thunderbolts will respond with Dante Maeda. Maeda also pitched in the last series, and Florence was actually able to beat him as well. We'll do it all again, 10:35 tomorrow. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said before, also appreciate the communication on that mishap with HDN. You know, hopefully that doesn't happen tomorrow. That was out of my control, not something that we were doing wrong here. But either way, you tuned in some Y'alls baseball on your Tuesday night, and special shout out to you guys for tuning in, as well as our front office crew working back home. You know, they have that big 4th of July tournament that always happens at Thomas More Stadium as well. So that'll do it for us on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN, as well as the Florence Y'alls Radio Network. As always, I've been your play-by-play commentator, Rory Tettemer, saying so long from Ozinga Field. And until next time, y'all have a good night.